wow. Okay, wow. That's all I can say. I must have like rewind and like done like so many different introductions because like I don't know what to say. Like I know I'm late. I'm super late on this, okay? Because I've just been avoiding it because like these types of things, honestly, like celebrity news and all that type of stuff, I really don't divulge in that type of stuff. It's like I got other things in life to do. But this kind of hit home for me because wow. Just wow. Everything that's going on in the Me Too movement and just kind of like growing up with like, take off your shoes and relax your feet. Body on down to the escape beat. Just kick it. Just kick it. Tiny. And then, you can have whatever you like. And Mr. ASAP. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I couldn't like I knew when they broke up there was more to it. Like there was more to it, when they were like, "Oh, I'm getting a divorce," cuz like she been rolling with dude for how long? Like he been doing like you knew it had to be different levels, like layers under this because you just breaking up cuz it and his little comment of you brought somebody who no. Whoo, breathe. Ooh wee. Okay, let me just get into this, okay? Because I can go on about honey. All right, so I was looking at somebody's spread, and I couldn't really understand where the guy was going, so I didn't put up everything. I just started with the basics and where he started from. And he had his nice little setup. It was really nice. But when he started getting into his detail of, describing things, the analysis, I got confused. So I'm gonna give my interpretation. Once again, without knowing the spread, my stuff is a mess. I know, humble beginnings. You gotta just let me get started a little bit. Give me a little grace here. So I'm gonna start where I think this really begins. And that's in the middle of this spread, okay? So I'm gonna start with what I think the foundation of the energy is with the first level, and that is the lovers. Now I know, okay, from the way that I was taught to read, the lovers do not symbolize love, okay? Actually, the lovers symbolize infidelity in the aspect of not emotional love, but physical love. So whenever I see the lovers, I always think of infidelity. So if the center of this, infidelity and sexuality, and the second part aspect that this corresponds to a lot tends to be the devil. People misinterpret that too, and that deals with addiction and lust. It takes the lovers into the next level of just going at it, and that's what I expected to see initially, but instead we got the lovers. So to me, I know they're doing some freaky things up in that bedroom, but it's probably not as bad as maybe people have made it seem. Okay, so contrary to what, at least from just this spread, the basics of here, the foundation, this seems like, they doing some freaking things up in there, okay? But it's not as bad as at least what it sounds like, because according to the allegations, they up to some freaky dicky, okay? So, with the lovers, back down to the second level, let me say it and not spray it, is the King of Cups. The King of Cups symbolizes a man a person, usually someone of strong authority, the one who's controlling the relationship, let's just keep it real, who's saying, I am not available emotionally for anybody. So I don't know, I haven't really got the gist of the details, but however they are portraying themselves being unified or whatever in their relationship, factually, this is kind of rocky. Okay, and let's get into why these very lusty and sexual lovers, freaks, are right now in the spotlight. And I say spotlight because that's what Ten of Wands symbolizes to me. An overflow of communication. And that can be a burden because it's more attention than what you really want. You can see the guy grabbing a whole bunch of these wands, which symbolize communication, and he's like, I can't hold anymore. I can't take anymore. There's too much communication. It's too much focus on me. And the person who's really feeling that, you can see it circling both. The Empress, I'm guessing, would be Tiny. That's the more nurturing, kind of relaxed, laid back, loving individual. She's the mama. She's the one, that keeps the family together. Okay. So she's getting a lot of attention. She's, burdened by all this communication that she doesn't want, all this talk about her. And so is he, so they're really feeling this, and they really, really don't like this. Okay. But another aspect of this with the swords is this is causing arguments. That's why I'm saying on the face of this is not looking good. Okay. So right now, Two of Swords says, and this is what I'm really seeing with the Empress more so. Two of Swords says, I don't want to be bothered. And it's more of like, I'm under pressure and I just need a place and peace just to myself. That's why she has her swords. Like, I'm guarded and I just need to be alone. Kind of like the King of Wands, but it's when the King of Wands does it, when you see the King of Wands, it's more authoritative. When you see the Two of Swords, it's kind of the same meaning, but it's more because of, a fighting, because the swords usually represent a fight. And when, because of the fighting, there's really a need to just kind of, I need to be out. I need to be away, and I need to hide. Once again, you have the band wrapped around the eyes. When you see it wrapped around the head, that's for the Nine of Wands. And that's, I'm beating myself up. This person doesn't want to see, I don't hear any evil. I don't see any evil. I don't want to be around or see what people are saying about me, Ten of Wands. I want to be away. Okay. And because of all this attention, this is causing issues between the relationship, even further. And the person who's in control of the relationship is saying, you know what, actually, I don't even want, leave me alone. I don't want nobody around. Okay. I don't want any woman around. Okay. So, or any lover around, I don't know what type of freaky things they be doing in there. Okay. And so the swords is kind of like a cliffhanger, right? Ace of Swords means a new argument. So there's a lot of tension, a lot of fighting right now. This is about to be, things are popping off right here. And that's just what I see right here. The energy is they about some freakiness, some freaky dicky. It's brought a lot of attention and communication that they didn't want. And it's really kind of put them in a situation where it's like, I just gotta lay low. I gotta lay low. Two of Swords. I just need to let it go, But they're only doing this, not realizing that this is just the beginning. These allegations ain't the end. This is just the beginning of their fight. Okay? Now, the guy did some other reading onto some other stuff. I usually like to go by their spreads because for me, I always fear that I'm going to pick up my energy, So I'm just going to try to not relate so much of me and pick up, from Tiny and from T.I., from Tip. What else do I see? And what I really want an explanation of is, I'm just going to put this. I'm going to see these connections. All right. And what I would do. Like I said, it's not my spread. What I would do is I'd put one more here. Ooh. One archangel on top of the next. Okay. There actually is some real love there. Six of Cups is more emotional connection than the Lovers. The real card of romantic love is actually the Two of Cups, not the Lovers. Okay? At least from the way that I was taught this. So, regardless of how they're feeling right now, there is actually, in the freakiness that's been coming about, there is actually some deep love between them, you know, and it has to deal with, you know, it's actually a lot more innocent. Okay. They actually have a lot more, fundamentally, a lot more loving nature than maybe what we're seeing and what it seems. You know, I was expecting, once again, to see that Devil. Now, that's the card of some really dark energy associated with, you know, the Lovers. But instead of that, I'm seeing something more complimentary, something more loving and affectionate with the Six of Cups. It's more playful, and, you know, so they actually do their connection, you know, it's there's a lot more, there is some love, deep emotional love there, and connection. Six of Cups, manifestation of some love, and it's young, kind of innocent, you know, so there's still kind of a naivete about there's still kind of, not naivete, there's still some type of genuine, kind of youthful, kind of love there, you know. So it's not as intense as I thought that Freaky Deaky was gonna be, in the sense of, I thought that this was gonna be a lot more chaotic with what they're doing from at least the reports, at least the little allegations that I saw. Not little, oh my goodness. Then on this side, the bridge between these swords, and the way whoever is the dominant figure of this relationship is, the King of Cups, the way that feeling is, you know, it's really just, even though there's a lot of communication, there's some Britain, you know, there's some real tension, there's still some incomplete communication between them. Okay? And from this, if they just kind of relax and just let things balance and just focus on themselves, you know, they actually might work through and they might be okay. I was expecting to see them go to jail, you know, see some judgment, you know, but instead it looks like they might be able to make it through this. You know, I'm not really seeing too much at the moment, on the contrary, but woo, I just want to know, just, is there anything? No, I'm not really seeing anything too devious, you know. I don't know. I'm gonna try one more thing, because I know I'm not supposed to have this bias, but it's just like with these types of allegations, honey. Okay. So T.I., if I were to do this reading, T.I., Tip, and Tiny, show me what I don't already know. How far do I want to go into this? Let's see if I can remember my spread. The simplified version. This is my book, by the way. If you want to, what is she flipping through? This is my book. Okay, so I'm going to keep this simple. Okay? That is not that simple. Okay. Negative power, basic. It's supposed to be a smaller one, because I don't want to do a full 15 card spread. Okay. So all I have is a 10-month. Remember, I'm doing this facing y'all. So I got to turn this over while I do it. All right. So this would be my spread of the situation of Tiny and T.I. I hope I'm not reading myself. And I hope I get their energy. Okay, T.I. and Tiny. Yep, got the sword. Okay, so I am reading them. If I can fit this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right. You might not be able to see all this, so I'll just do my best. Now, 2, 3. Put these a little closer together because I don't have a lot of space in my room. Woo, I can't help it. Okay. All right. Let me remember. I'm a little rusty. It's been a little while. So, let me make sure I get this right. This should be Okay. Negative to positive. Left to right. Okay. Foundation of the situation. They're not going to go to jail, but they are going to be broke. Okay? This 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I don't want to say broke. I said they're going to have some really hard times coming. Okay? 5 of Pentacles. You see these? If you can't see these, let me describe this to you. Okay? 5 of Pentacles means poverty. Okay? Hardships. Real hardships. If you get the 2 of Pentacles, you're struggling. Okay? When you get the 5 of Pentacles, that means you rock bottom or close to it. You can see this man is on crutches and he is in terrible shape medically, okay, mentally, emotionally. This man is, got his little, he can barely walk here, okay? Got his crutches and everything. And this lady, she's cold and, she's kind of in rags, not wearing the best thing, him and her. He's got, socks of different colors. They're showing that, this is a real struggle. They're out in the cold. T.I., Tip, and Tiny are going to be going through a struggle financially, okay? However, let's start from the bottom and then get back to the top. This is just the heart of the matter. So they got to love. I got to remember this is reverse. So this is the positive side and this should be the negative side. Hopefully I got that right. They do have, a real love for each other, okay? However, they just into some freakiness, okay? However, this is gonna cause, this is the attention, okay? All this communication, talk about them, okay? This is gonna cause them to isolate, all right? They are going to isolate and wanna be alone for real. The Hermit, he's the one that's out in the woods. Like, when I say he's isolated, it's not like I'm gonna say stay at home. Like, this total just straight up went to the woods and just, I'm about to live a whole new life off the grid type deal. Like, I need to shield myself completely from all this talk. And you see that reinforced with the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords was like, okay, come on now. Like, I can't take all this. This is too much. I don't want to hear or see all this negativity being communicated about me. And it's going to get to the point where it's going to be complete isolation, where they're just going to fall off the grid, fall off social media or whatever they got to do, because they're going to be going through some hard times. Okay? Starting with the Swords, starting with the new fights. Okay? They thought, just the allegations was going to be tough. There is a fight that is just beginning. Ace of Swords, that means it's a beginning of a fight, because swords represent fights, arguments, any type of friction between another, okay? Cups, the King of Cups, once again, and remember I shuffled these cards and still ended up picking the same ones that you initially saw, okay? King of Cups, this means that this man, whoever is in control, dominating person of the relationship, is saying, I need to be alone completely, okay? I'm emotionally unavailable. This is the 3 of Wands. He's incompletely communicating with this woman he loves, okay? That's going to be Tiny, most likely, okay? But on the overall scale, all this negative communication and focus on them and talk about them is making them want to isolate. Now, the Tiny, she's really feeling it. So Temperance, the way that they're going to get through this is by having to balance some of the anger, some of the emotional struggles, and themselves. Really has to deal with your temper. You're out of control. Life is kind of all out of the balance. Temperance tells you, Archangel Michael telling you have to focus on just balancing that, okay? Because there's not much else you can do. There's not much else that you can do at this point. All right? And they're feeling that because they're isolating themselves, and it's just like, just leave me alone. Don't bother me, okay? I don't want to hear or see all this negative attention that I'm getting. This Six of Cups, there's a lot of love still between them, and they're going back to the basics, back to the fundamentals. When I say innocence or naivete, I'm not referring that they don't know what the heck they're doing. It's like going back to the beginning stages of your love, finding what made you fall in love in the beginning. That's what she's really feeling the most. Okay, him not so much. He just wants to be alone. Okay, Tiny is feeling like, I gotta get back to, she's probably bringing the vibes of, hey, how you doing? And, remember the times of when that type of vibe with him. Okay. But ultimately, as much as they love each other, they're going to spend some time away. Okay. Because they can't take all this. And financially, this is crushing them. This attention. Okay. 10 of Wands. This attention, all this communication, this negative talk about them is really hurting them financially, okay? Causing them to isolate, okay, and feel alone. A hermit also represents the feeling of losing connections of people and feel like you have to withdraw so much, loss of connection because of all this negative communication between them. Now, I'm not saying if they deserve it or not, okay? I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can, but I'm human and sometimes you can't help it, okay? So that's where I'm seeing this. On the bright spot, I don't see them legally, I don't see like them going to jail or anything like that. Just, I'm not really seeing that at this moment. I'm not saying that's right or correct. I'm just saying I'm not seeing that, immediately within the next 3 months. This is what's current. What's going to be happening in the next 2 weeks after the first 2 weeks, next 2 weeks. So that's 1 month, second month, third month. Now, preceding that, I see this. Okay, some money is going to be coming back to them. Okay, they're going to be able to find the footing again financially. However, there's going to be really vicious fighting. This fight that's going on is going to be really, really foolish. And on their side, they're going to fumble a little bit. And some new communication is going to come to light. New communication. So somebody else is going to be speaking. They're going to be back in the news, or someone else is going to bring more attention to this. Okay? That is what I'm saying. But oh my goodness. I was expecting something a little bit more juicier, but okay. Ooh, those allegations, hunty. Ooh. All right, I could work with this. It wasn't as bad as I anticipated. But man, those allegations. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one.